With the release of Sonic Prime Season 2's trailer, many fans were excited to see the reveal of Metal Sonic. Many people began to theorize immediately on how Metal Sonic could have came to be. This fitted well with my video posted a couple days ago, where I went over the possibilities of what Sonic and Shadow's Prime variants could be like if they had them. After the release of Sonic Prime Season 2's trailer, many people flocked to the comments giving their own ideas on what the variants could be like. But people were dropping the idea that Metal Sonic isn't a creation of the Chaos Council, but that he's a variant of Sonic himself somehow. Now, I'm not saying that this is 100% what happens, I'm saying this would be really cool to happen if it actually did. As you see in the show, New York variants of Sonic characters can turn into robots since, you know, Rusty Rose. She's partly a robot, and it wouldn't be impossible for there to be a variant of Sonic that is 100% a robot. Right? What if somehow there's no Sonic variants because they all magically merged into one Sonic robot, which could also explain how Metal Sonic is seen to be faster than Sonic when they race at the end of the Season 2 trailer. Or maybe when they had Sonic spinning around in that cage thing in an attempt to extract the energy from him, they were able to use the data they got to create their own version of Sonic. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. But instead of just having my opinions in this video, I decided to ask you guys to give me some of your ideas on how Metal Sonic came to be, to see if we can kind of create a story together with both of us, all of us thinking together on what he could be. And oh, wow, okay, we certainly have a lot to go through. Now, the most likely reply comes from @TheWorldOfPlush. They say that personally, they believe that he'll end up having similar characteristics to Rusty Rose, by being smarter and having a somewhat close speed to Sonic. They also mention that he'll probably end up working for the Chaos Council, which personally, I agree with. If they aren't the ones that created him, they'll probably snag him the second they spot him. A metal version of that speedy blue creature that had the same amount of energy to power their city coming off of just himself, and they can make him do whatever they want. It's like a Chaos Council's dream come true. Something else they mention, which is quite an intriguing idea, is that 9 could possibly make him turn good like what he did to Rusty Rose. I could honestly see that happening too if Sonic isn't able to turn him himself, since look at that robot. He looks quite jolly and happy. I feel like with a good enough speech, that robot would switch sides like a light switch. @Goliath1785 says that the Chaos Council created him using the data from that cage that Sonic was in. That's like what I said. I'm glad to know I'm not insane for thinking that. They also mention how the variant was purposely made to look more techno, and I like that idea and want to expand on it. If New York is a city that looks very futuristic and modern, them deciding to make their own Sonic look futuristic and robotic to fit the whole vibe of their town wouldn't be insane to think, right? @Melvalence0 says that he is an alternate version of Sonic by the Chaos Council to fight Sonic in the exact same style Eggman did in the OG timeline, which is such a cool idea. I would love some sort of thing where when Sonic is fighting Metal Sonic, is a realization like, hold on, isn't this a move that Eggman did on me? And it does like some sort of flashback which causes him to beat him, and then, whoa, Metal Sonic's now an ally to Sonic and his friends. They also say that this Metal Sonic could be having a completely different personality to what the original Metal Sonic did, which I also think is a big possibility, since look at that cocky fellow. He is so damn cocky with the original Metal Sonic is like one of the most serious and stubborn robots ever. @TheMissingBits375 also gives a great idea that the Chaos Council has heavily based the robot off of Sonic, but also gave it the power to travel to different shatter spaces without the tech that Sonic uses, which could be possible since in Season 2 it's shown that the tech isn't the reason that Sonic is able to travel, it's actually him. So whether the council figured out how to make their own tech, since it's also revealed in that episode that now they're able to just travel through different shatter spaces, you know, they're swimming through that big space void thing. Or it could also be that the robot Sonic is like, since he's Sonic, he's also got the power, since, you know, Sonic is the power, not the tech. I don't know. @KIOBarreto6550, I butchered that, I'm so sorry, said that whilst not likely, using the Paradox Prism's energy for a battle between dimensions would be cool as hell, and oh my god, yes. If it's something where they find out where they need to get one last shard, oh, we're so close to finishing it, but oh, where's this last shard, we cannot find it anywhere, and then figuring out that it's actually in Metal Sonic and that they need to defeat him to get it back would be such a cool fight. Many people also agree on the theory that the data from Sonic's test was used to create him, like @SonicFanEdits, @MegaBeast6854, @Mrs. Astraful, and many others. People also agreed that he could be powered using the shard's energy, like @DoryWolf16532, Sonic Fan Edits, and many others. Another popular theory is that the reason he was created was to replace Rusty Rose, since in the official footage that the Twitter account showed off, it can be seen that a variant of Amy and Rusty Rose are working together. So it means that 9 was actually somehow able to convince her and make her change her mind, and she actually started working with Sonic and his friends, like @DoryWolfHun, @CompulsingFate, and others suggested. Compulsing Fate also brings up the fact that he'll be like Rusty Rose, but his eyes will be used for emotions. Like if he's happy, he'll have arrows pointing up, if he's sad, they'll be down, you know, stuff like that. So overall, we believe that Metal Sonic was created by the Chaos Council using the energy they were able to extract from Sonic when they had him spinning in that big cage thing to extract his energy. He's powered using the energy from the shard in New York and is made to replace Rusty Rose, also having the power to travel between Shatterverses. and overall, I'm pretty happy with this and think it's going to be at least like the tiniest little bit close. I think it'll be very close, but we'll at least have got like 2 or 3 things right about him. This seems like a pretty good idea in my opinion. If you commented on the post with the theories, I thank you for commenting, and if your theory wasn't mentioned, I'm sorry, but there was a lot. To make up for it though, as I'm talking, there should be each comment scrolling across the screen right now. So if you commented, your comment is probably on screen, or it's probably already gone past at some point. Make sure to subscribe, like, do all of that cool stuff. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in a bit. Later.